I have had a whole week to get regrounded, recentered, take care of things that I wanted to and needed to take care of. I think it's important for all of us to, let me rephrase that. It's important for me to have a change, regular changes in my routine. I love routine. I also love changing my routine. So we had several months, I think since the beginning of the year, where I was sitting down here with you guys and spending, between 45 minutes and an hour, hour and a half, reading through tarot cards, getting people's questions answered, handling community readings. And I enjoy that. But last week I was sent a message on Earth Magic Monday that it was time to change things up. It was time for a break, time for a breakthrough. And I believe, good morning, that I had that last week. It was time for that last week. So welcome back. I will be reading the Earth Magic Monday reading today. And then I will answer any questions for people who come into the room. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. Let's see what's coming in today. Could we have an Earth Magic Monday reading for the collective and see what's going on? It's one of those beautiful magical days today. It's one of those really impressive spring mornings. Good morning, Stephen. Invocation. Well, that's a good start. Shape-shifting. Ancient healing wisdom, and rebirth. Well, I feel very much like that. Very, very much like that. I'm glad that this is the energy coming in today because it is sort of a new beginning. Good morning, Gita and Divine Timing. Good morning, guys. This is the kind of reading that I was hoping for this morning after having taken a break for a week. It is a feeling of rebirth. It is a feeling of shape-shifting. As much as I love routine and as much as I love to be consistent and stick with things, I do understand that if you do it too long, you're going to get stale. We don't ever want to get stale. We want to be constantly moving and changing. So if you were like me in the sense last week that you needed to change some things, you needed to remove yourself from a situation and see what kind of shape shifting was needed, this is the week to begin invoking that newness, invoking that rebirth, that shape-shifting, to create something new within the space of consistency. Does that make sense to everyone? It's like being able to shape, shift, and morph and move things along. And that is what we're being asked to do this week. So it feels right. It feels like a good solid bookend from last week. I hope that everyone had an opportunity last week while I was not here to either practice your own intuition or seek out other perspectives from other readers. And it's good. I mean, I'm not the only tarot reader on the planet, right? There are a lot of really amazing tarot readers and intuitives out there. So I hope that everyone had an opportunity to get a broadened perspective last week, whether that was looking internally or externally. And this week, what are we going to do with that now? We've had that exposure. Now, how are we going to morph that this week? So thank you. Let's see, is there anything else? Karma, balance, karmic balance. This is what was needed. So really great. Let me move these aside. Do we want to pull from here to get, yes, we do. Let's find out for the community, for the collective, what it's going to look like this week in terms of that shape-shifting and rebirth. What are the action items that we can apply in order to really get the most out of this week? Let's see what's going on. Good morning. What is that shape-shifting going to look like? Well, the Chariot in reverse. It could be chaotic. It could be rebalancing. It could be feeling a little bit off balance, So let's see what we do with that. Transformation. Don't resist the transformation. We have the Death card here. So be willing to shapeshift. we don't want to be stuck to things. We don't want to be attached to things. We want to allow things to come in, transform us as needed for the time that it's needed, and then be willing to transform again. So this week, one of the things that we're going to be dealing with during the shape-shifting is still not having clarity on what this is going to look like exactly. There is a lot of sort of like delayed transformation in this because we don't yet know what it's supposed to look like. We just needed to have that time for things to change a little bit and get us to the place of openness, okay? And that's really where we are today. Look at this Eight of Wands coming in here. Things are going to move very quickly this week in terms of figuring out how to shift, what to transform into, okay? This is a metamorphosis. If you think about that space between the caterpillar and the butterfly where everything just turns to mush and you can't figure out, you can't make sense of what it's going to look like in the end, that's where we are right now. So don't be afraid of that. Just go with it, okay? Just really go with it. Embrace this energy and let's see what happens. If we can just say, like, what is the best it could be? What could this look like? You know, and we keep our mind there rather than in that place of like fear and closure and thinking like, ooh, what's going to happen next? We don't want to anticipate bad stuff because that's going to block a lot of energy. We want to be stepping into faith here and being hopeful and being like, how good can this get? All right. That is really the energy here. Yeah, don't get too stuck on any one thing, okay? Let your ego go. Let what you think it's supposed to look like go. That's not going to help anything today. This King of Pentacles in reverse is reminding us that sometimes what we think it's supposed to look like isn't at all what it's supposed to look like because it's not, there's something better out there. You know, sometimes we have a hard time seeing the best possible situation because we're lacking that trust that it could be that amazing. So we get stuck on what we think should happen, and that's where we go wrong. So don't go there. Don't get in that. Really broaden your horizons. Be open to new insights and new ideas, okay? That's our job this week. It's going to move quickly, all right? It's going to feel like maybe we don't have a whole lot of control because we don't have a whole lot of control and we don't want to be the ones in control this week, all right? So thank you for that Earth Magic Monday reading for the community. Let's go ahead and check in and see what kind of questions we have coming in from our viewers. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, Gita Kamal. Any good news coming for Gita? What kind of good news is coming in for Gita? Do we have any? What's coming in for Gita this morning? I'm feeling good, Gita. What good news is coming in? Is there any good news for Gita this week? Today? Maybe even today. Maybe Gita is going to get some good news today. Ooh, the Tower in reverse. Okay, wow. Okay, so the good news is that whatever you've been dealing with, Gita, that has been really giving you a rough go of it, is coming to an end, okay? You got the Tower in reverse and then the Ten of Swords in reverse. What is this? And then, wow, and then the Ace of Swords upright and the King of Wands. Here's the good that's coming in for you. The upheaval that you've been experiencing in some area of your life is ready to fall. It's ready to fall away, and you're going to be met with a new idea, a new opportunity, some clarity, some real clarity. It's like, look at this, just, it's done, it's over, it's finished, okay? It's just this is done. And this is what's coming in, this Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is the new opportunity. It's the universe handing you the insight and clarity that you need to take your next step in the right direction. And for you, the next step in the right direction, I don't remember if this came out in reverse or upright, has to do with your King of Wands. Your King of Wands is, I want to say it was reversed, because when I looked down it was reversed, but I'm really not sure. Your King of Wands has to do with your confidence, your ability to be comfortable in your own skin, to be able to pivot, to be creative, to be a problem solver, to be the shapeshifter, okay? Whether it's in reverse or upright for a reading like this is the tone of how you're going to be experiencing the change, okay, the clarity. You might be met, if this was in reverse, you might be met with a degree of confusion, not sure footing, like not sure exactly where to take the next step, okay? But no matter whether this was upright or reverse, you want to be flexible. You want to be agile, okay? Don't worry about whether or not you think you can, all right? Believe that you're taking the right step forward and that everything's going to be okay. You're about to embark on some things. This 10 of Swords in reverse, followed by this 10 of Wands upright, suggests that you're about to embark on something that is absolutely going to require a great deal of effort from you, okay? It's going to be some hard work, but it's not going to be painful. It's not going to be uncomfortable in the sense that you're suffering, okay? You're going to be taking on a new challenge here. Oh, and then I just pulled two. The Magician and the Empress. You're really in a space of beautiful creation and alchemy, all right? This is the Band-Aid that needed to be ripped off. This is what had to be quickly removed. This upheaval created the space for the removal of whatever wasn't needed anymore. And that is what has allowed this new opportunity to come in. And although it might be a little bit scary because you're not sure yet if you can hack it, and it might require a lot of effort from you, it is your opportunity to create something really impressive, really magical, really creating the life and the world that you want to have around you and to be in. Okay? So this is the good news coming your way. Don't be scared. It's going to be really beautiful. You can do it. You can, and you will. I am almost getting a sense of like, you're going to be surprised at how easily everything falls into place. It's like this is your calling a little bit. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Thank you for that reading for Gita. Let me shuffle these back in and see who's coming in next. Divine timing. Good morning. Guidance from my guides or spirit for the day. All right, divine timing. Let's find out what the guidance is. What is your guidance from spirit for today? Could we have a reading for divine timing, please? Have a great week. We're going to miss you. So I want to just take note first off that when I asked for the message for divine timing today, the woodpecker, who hasn't been here yet this morning, showed up and started pecking away at a tree right outside this window. So definitely look to divine timing. You should be looking up the significance, the spiritual significance of a woodpecker. Because I feel like that was a message for you. Ten of Cups in reverse. So there might be something that you're hoping for that maybe is a little bit disappointing, okay? And then you've got the Four of Wands upright, and then the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so something has occurred or is about to occur that you're not super excited about. You had hopes for something and things didn't turn out as you had hoped, or that's what's about to happen. But the truth is that this is going to result in a greater deal of stability and happiness. Okay. Whatever, wow, it's like what I was just saying with the Earth Magic Monday reading. Sometimes we have difficulty understanding the highest good. Sometimes we have difficulty seeing the silver lining and what we really are trying to aim for because of whatever reason. We think we're not good enough. We think we can't accomplish this. We don't have the creative juices at the moment to see what the universe sees. And so sometimes the universe comes in and it's like, no, I'm not going to give you what you were asking for because what I'm going to give you is something much better. Okay? So be prepared to acknowledge the disappointment of what you didn't get and be open to moving on from that. This Five of Cups is in reverse, and that's asking you not to dwell on any disappointments right now because you do have something better coming. It's going to change the direction. It's going to change the course that you were taking, and it's going to result in a much, much better balance for you. Okay? This is what I'm hearing, karmically balanced. It is what you are deserving of, and it's a good thing to be deserving of whatever is coming to you. I think that maybe the reason you had your sight set on something in particular is because you thought like that's what you deserved or that's what you have worked to earn. And the universe doesn't play that game. The universe doesn't say, okay, divine timing, you've worked hard enough to receive this reward. That's not how it works, okay? The universe has a completely different set of rules to the game. And when the universe understands that there is something higher and good, something better for us, the universe makes that happen, even if it means a temporary disappointment for us, okay? So move past this disappointment, whatever it is, and really try to be open, try to understand that there's something greater coming your way. All right. It's like, gee, I missed I was running so fast to get to the bus and then the bus took off and I missed the bus and I'm really disappointed that I missed the bus and then a Lamborghini pulls up and it's like, hey, want a free ride to, wherever you wanted to go? Think of it that way. All right. So yeah, that's your guidance for today. Be open to something even greater than you anticipated, rather than dwelling on any kind of disappointment. You can be disappointed for a minute, but then let that go because you got to understand better, bigger and better are what are trying to come your way. Okay? Divine timing, that was for you. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. Thank you for that message to divine timing. And let me know, I'm going to look up the significance of a woodpecker as well. I'm really interested to know how that pertains to your reading today, because that was a clear message for me to pay attention to the woodpecker for you. So, okay. I did enjoy my break. Thank you, Stephen. I really got so much done. I helped so many people. I got to see so many loved ones. It was great. Dark Bunny, good morning. Let's see. This is Susantha. K-A-D Susantha Janata. Hi, how are you? Okay, Stephen Yuri, what's happening with A? Stephen Yuri, what is happening with A? What's happening with A? Oh. feeling that when I want to know that I'm connected to the person I'm reading for, especially if, like, I always listen for cues. And I have noticed that for certain people, I receive certain cues. And this is not the first time. It's happened on several occasions when I've started to connect with Stephen Uri and experienced that pressure on the right side of my frontal lobe here. And I know from what Stephen has told me that that's a clear sign. I know why that's a clear sign. All right, what's going on with A? Okay, so 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So this could mean a misstep. This could mean a shakeup. This could mean a change in the balance. Okay. Then you've got the 6 of Swords upright, and then the Lovers upright. So I'm feeling very much like if you have experienced some degree of discord, or if there's a misunderstanding or some level of bickering, or just some degree of a back and forth, you know, like where the 2 of you don't quite see eye to eye right away, this is an opportunity for you to actually strengthen the bond with this person. Yeah, I think that that's just what it is. It's like you're going to create a deeper connection, a stronger closeness. You definitely want to have faith. You want to be open. You want to be open to listening, and you want to listen for when the other is open to listening. Okay, there's a communication, there's an ability to communicate clearly right now as a result of any discord, any confusion, any misstep or mistake. There's a real ability to get a deeper, more meaningful clarity and connection, okay, as a result of a misstep. So if the misstep has already occurred, if there's been some kind of bickering or argument, or not seeing eye to eye, see this as your opportunity to get closer to this person. And if you're about to enter into some kind of disagreement, see if you can keep this in mind, okay? It's an opportunity for unity, for connection. Anything else? Keep working at it. Keep practicing. There's something about this situation that's almost there's a deep sense of camaraderie, and understanding and support, mutual respect. Yeah, there's a great deal of mutual respect here. And it can be enhanced. It can be even better than it already is, and it's already really good. Okay? So appreciate all of the little missteps along the way, because they are opportunities. They are absolutely opportunities, okay, to create a deeper connection. All right? So this isn't suggesting you should try to create discord. It's just about experiencing the discord as an opportunity. Okay? So that is what we're seeing going on there. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Thank you for that answer. Let's see who's coming in next. We've got Taylor Ray. Good morning. What should I do to open up opportunities for financial gains? Hope that doesn't sound selfish. Why would that sound selfish? What can be done to open up opportunities for financial gains? Let's see. Let's open up some opportunities for financial gains for Taylor Ray. What can be done to open up financial opportunities for Taylor Ray? Off to a good start. Maybe some disappointments along the way. That's all right. Got the Chariot in here, able to move through those disappointments. King of Cups in the right hand. Allow yourself to feel your way through. Wow. Queen of Pentacles, creating something new. Rebirth. Financial gain. Financial gain. Creating opportunities for financial gain. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay, so we're starting out with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Let's see why we got that card first. Knight of Cups in reverse, Two of Cups in reverse, and then the Six of Swords upright. Okay, and then we've got the 9 page. Okay. I want to make sure you can see all these. This one's really telling a story, okay? If you have been in a position lately where you have needed to rely on the help of others more than normal, okay? You want to understand that you are allowed to rely on others and understand that you can use that as a means to propel forward. And when I say use that as a means, I don't mean taking advantage of anyone, okay? That's why this is in reverse, because there is a balance that's needed. So what you want to do to create financial gain, opportunities for financial gain, is to utilize the help that has been offered to you in the most productive way possible, to really make good use of that, okay? Don't deny it. Don't use it frivolously, okay? Really appreciate it and honor it for its highest potential. That's the first thing that you want to know. Have faith that it was the right way to go. Don't let your thoughts get in the way. If you have thoughts that tell you, okay, I should feel bad about receiving help, that's a thought, that's a belief that doesn't need to be getting in the way. If you feel like, what would be something else that's coming in? If you're creating a story that justifies something that isn't necessarily true, let that go. Okay? If you think that the help that's been offered to you is only allowed to be used in one certain way, let that go. All right? Take a look at what's been offered to you and use your own creativity to figure out how to use that to its highest potential. All right? You are in the process right now. You're like, I'm feeling very much like you're coming to the end of the time when you're relying so heavily on others, if that's the case. And you really want to appreciate it right now because you are about to change some things. You are about to enter into some new things. You're going to be meeting new people, new situations, new opportunities that you're going to see are very productive, very prolific, generating lots of abundance. So you're kind of at this like point right now where you're exiting a stage of relying on help from others. And it's sort of like it's coming to an end no matter what. So you want to make sure you're making the best use of it in order to achieve what you're looking for in this next chapter. Does that make sense? So that's how you can create opportunities for financial gain. It's really understanding what you're working with, understanding that that's not forever, and utilizing it to the best of your ability to create. So is there anything else that we need to know about how to utilize it? You want to really have clarity. You don't want to just say, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Let's put it there. Or, oh, that person told me I should do this with it. I'm going to do that. You got to really use your own best judgment here. You don't want other people influencing you, okay? There's this Three of Pentacles that makes me concerned because it's in reverse. Watch out for the people who are influencing you right now about how to create the opportunities. There might be some people who have their own ulterior motives, or they have, maybe they think their idea is a great idea for you, and maybe it's not the best idea. Okay, so this three of Pentacles, three people working together, and it's in reverse. That's making me feel like it's not the best situation, and there's some confusion around that. It's just clouding the goal here. So use some good judgment in that, whatever that is, and then get back to having some clarity. I'm feeling like this here is what's getting in the way. All right. If you can remove this obstacle of poor judgment based on someone else's influence, suddenly you're going to have that clarity again, and you're going to know exactly what to do moving forward. All right. There's your reading, Taylor Ray. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards today. Thank you for that answer. I know that today these readings are a little bit longer for each person than they have been, and it's probably because I haven't seen you guys in a week, and there's a lot to say. There are a lot of cards coming out for everyone. Stephen Yuri, you didn't have a whole slew of cards coming out, but there was a lot of meaning behind those cards. All right, let's see what else. Ana Lopez, I'm job searching. I want somewhere that supports me. I think I need new glasses, guys. I want somewhere that supports me and has work-life balance. How do I find a stable job like this? Okay. This is for Ana Lopez. Looking for a job that's going to be supportive and create work-life balance. Some stability, some support, some work-life balance. How do we create that? How does Ana Lopez find a stable job like that? Let's get some how. Let's get some action items. Let's get some how is this? What's the DIY on finding this? Stable, stability, support, financial support, work-life balance. How do we do this? How do we do this? King of Swords. Okay, well, in order to do that, the first thing you have to embrace is going to be that you have to remove emotions from it. If you're looking for something that is simply going to support you financially, create stability, and offer work-life balance, you might have to let go of any kind of emotionally driven desires when it comes to selecting this job. Okay. You're going to need to talk to people. You're going to need to do some networking. You're going to have to let go of some control. You're going to have to ignore some red flags. You're at a crossroads right now. You're going to need to protect yourself. Again, you're going to have to make choices against having fun. I think that the job you're looking for, if it fits the criteria right now that you just specifically asked for in your question, you're going to have to sacrifice desires, fulfillment, enjoyment. You're going to have to really make it very black and white. You're going to have to be like, okay, I'm going to choose a job that I know that I'm capable of doing. I'm going to do it for 8 hours a day. I'm going to just pick a 9 to 5 job. I'm going to just do the job. I'm going to have no emotional attachment to it. I'm going to have no real passion for it. But it is going to pay the bills, and I'm going to be able to live my life outside of those 8 hours. Okay? Like, you really have to make the you really have to differentiate. Like, you have to choose something that you really aren't passionate about in order to get the work-life balance. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like that's what's coming in with the question too. Like, you really have to commit to letting go of any kind of fulfillment at work. For if you want it now, you can get it now. But you have to let go of the idea that you're going to get any kind of fulfillment emotionally from your job. You're going to have to totally separate work from the rest of your life. Okay? And it might not be the best idea. You're getting this Ace of Pentacles in here, and it's saying, like, that might not be the best case scenario for you. I feel like we get this a lot. When you ask questions about your career, I feel like you get this a lot. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups has to do with giving, the joy of fulfillment by giving, by charity, working with children. I really feel like this card, when it comes in a career reading, often is associated with things that create joy, things that maybe have to do with social work or engagement with children, party, having fun, and you're being asked here, like, don't give up on that idea. You know, I don't think you're going to enjoy this. This is available to you. You have the capacity to get involved with something that is highly analytical, requires just thinking and doing and acting. You're capable of doing that. But you keep on getting this kind of like, no, that's not the right direction for you, kind of thing. Like, you need to feel engaged in what you're doing through the day. And part of your work-life balance is going to be that you need to find the balance within those 8 hours, within the work that you're doing. That's what's going to bring you the fortune, and it's going to bring it to you very, very quickly. Don't give up on this. Don't give up on this, is what you're being told today. You're asking for something that the universe is trying not to hand you, okay? Because it is available to you. If you really want to go for it, it's available to you. You can find a job within the next few weeks that is going to be completely uninspiring, but will pay the bills and will allow you time outside of working hours to do what you want to do. But there's something better for you. Okay? So try to keep that in mind. All right? That's your reminder. It's there for you if you really want it, but there is something better that the universe is trying to conspire with you. So thank you for letting me read your cards. Thank you for that answer. I think I have cat hair in my eye right now. Take care of that. Okay, who's coming in next? Marco Mariano from Brazil, welcome. Destiny, you, good morning. How are you? You're welcome, Gita. Okay, Destiny, you, I have a more lighthearted question. Should I seek a career in streaming? Let's see. Destiny, you, should you seek a career in streaming? Should destiny you pursue a career in streaming? Should they seek a career in streaming? Let's see what's coming in. Destiny you, streaming. Getting some good cards in the right hand for this question. All right, is it your calling? Are you feeling called to do it? You're going to have to make some choices for sure. Yeah, you might. Okay, should you? It's not a hard no. All right, it's sort of like a yes, but you got to be willing to really disrupt what's happening, what you've been doing. You've got to be willing to make that change. Okay, it's like you're feeling called to do something. It's not going to work if you try to preserve what is. Okay, you're going to have to embrace the upheaval, and you're going to have to embrace it not working at first. Like, there are going to be some challenges here. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to be able to pivot. When it comes to streaming, man, okay, so if you were to start it right now, you're going to have a lot of roadblocks, okay? And I don't think it's going to result in success. So what do we need to know about making this work? Okay, so right now, you should not just quit your job and seek a career in streaming. You should not do that, okay? You need more of some things in order to make this happen in a way that's successful, okay? You're going to have to be prepared. You kind of have to like get your ducks in a row so that you have a safety net. Right now, I'm not seeing that you have much of a safety net for when things turn sour. Like, you have to have more ammunition, more help, more of a support system, more of a safety net before you can start a career in streaming, okay? Because it's not going to just take off, is what I'm seeing. I don't know, like, how some people just have like an amazing, successful streaming career. But you are going to need to save some money. You're going to need to have a little nest egg, okay? You're going to have to get some more clarity about how to do it. And you're going to have to do some introspective work and figure out what are the concerns that could potentially pop up. There needs to be more forethought, more planning, more preparation before you can do this, okay? That's really the bottom line here. Once you've done that, then the opportunity will present itself, okay? So if you're working right now on something, don't just quit that and start streaming. You can't just go all in right now. You've got to plan and prepare and get your safety net and your support system around you. And once you're ready, the opportunity is going to be there, okay? Part of it has to do with learning more about it, though. So learn more about it and see what's needed so that you can avoid some of the pitfalls and prepare yourself for some of the inevitables, okay? So it's not a no, it's not a hard no, it's a yes when, all right? I hope that gives you some clarity there. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Thank you for that reading. Thank you for that insight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, Aries, the beautiful Aries princess. Why exactly did Zach not want to commit to me, but wanted to commit to this other girl he recently met? He's a Taurus. I feel hurt by this. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. I hope you had a happy birthday regardless. Happy birthday, Ari. All right, so why did Zach want to commit to this other girl and not Ari? I'm sending the energy that's coming through. Allow some envelopment. Your guides want to send you sort of like a hug. They kind of want to wrap you up and protect you. You've got some guardian angel energy coming through here. Rest into that. Okay. Looks like Ari dodged another bullet here. You're starting out with the Three of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse. Those two would indicate that Zach took the safe route, okay? Zach made his choice based on how best to protect his fragile ego. Does that make sense? You're a little intimidating for Zach. Zach doesn't know that he can sort of feel like as confident as he wants to feel when he's around you because he's a little intimidated by you, a little threatened by you. So he took the safe route. The person that he chose to be with makes him feel good about himself as it pertains to his ego. Kind of bolsters his ego a little bit. I don't know. She strokes his ego. I mean, that's just kind of what it boils down to. Zach needs that right now. You would have been disappointed with the relationship with Zach. He would not have lived up to your requirements, your standards, your what you would need in a relationship. And that's not to say that your standards are too high. And it's not to say that Zach isn't a good person or that there's something wrong with Zach. It's just that his point of growth and maturity right now is not at the same level where yours is, and he's just not what you would need him to be. You would have been disappointed with it. This Wheel of Fortune card coming in upright, followed by the Ace of Pentacles here, is really telling me that that was the best option for all three of you, okay? Because Zach is going to get some of whatever learning he needs in this relationship that he's chosen with this other person. He's going to get some of the ego boosting that he needs. He would not have been able to handle the insecurity that he has. He's insecure, and he would not have been able to navigate that well in a relationship with you. So this is the best possible outcome for the three of you, for sure. I don't know what it means for the person he chose to be with, but it's definitely the best possible outcome for you. Yeah, look, you got the Ace of Pentacles. You have this clearly not working out for the highest good. You would have been disappointed in how that went, followed by the Wheel of Fortune upright, the Ace of Pentacles upright, and the Two of Wands upright. Another thing you have to know is that if you had gotten involved with a relationship with Zach, in some way it would have changed your course of action in the future, whether it has to do with where you're moving to. It would have been an influence that wasn't great, and now you're back on the path where you're going to be making choices, okay, that are best for you. Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this is an opportunity for you. You dodged a bullet. You needed not to be with Zach. I'm sorry that it hurt your feelings. I'm sorry that you're hurt by Zach choosing the other person. But understand that you and Zach would not have worked out well because you are in a different maturity state or confidence state. You're stronger in some way. Zach can't compete with that. Zach can't support that the way he needs to support that. And this is better for you. This keeps you on the track that you need to be kept on, because you've got bigger and better things ahead too. Okay? So that's what's up with that. You just keep moving right along, Aries. Things are going to be going very, very well for you. I feel like the wheels have been in motion for quite some time now with getting you on a course of consistent improvement. You know, it's like you keep going incrementally in a better direction than the day before. And that's what you continue to be on. All right, let's see who's coming in next. Thank you for that reading. You're welcome, Taylor Ray, Romaine Drury, Ana Lopez. Maybe not forever, but I feel I really, really need stability and routine right now. Even just not having to work late nights, it's killing me socially. Yeah. And not working every weekend's opening shift after work, late nights the day before. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Stephen. Yeah. Hi, Marvelous Noob. All right, Anna. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. 100% I get what you're saying. What can Anna do right now? What can Anna do right now to create more work-life balance? What can be done here for that? You've got that Six of Cups again. What, Anna, can you work with children right now? If you were to completely change careers and find work as a teacher, could you do that right now? Could you enter into the school system and just be like an early elementary teacher? Or, I mean, would that be enough to pay the bills? You keep getting this card. And it's like there's something you're not looking at something. You've got the Four of Cups in reverse and then the Queen of Swords in reverse. There's an opportunity that you're not seeing, and it's like you're refusing to see it. You're cutting it yourself off from that. I don't know, Anna. There is something for you to be doing right now, and it has to do with this Six of Cups. That's what it has to do with. You need to either be in the nonprofit sector or working as a teacher or social work. Maybe being like working. Can you be an art therapist? Can you work at a museum and be like a guide? Or what are they called? A docent? There is something that you can be doing right now that will get you on the path you're supposed to be on and create more work-life balance. Something that is coming in that I think you're supposed to be understanding this message is you there might be something where you think that to achieve work-life balance, it has to do with the hours that you're working in a day, the time that you're working. There's something that you're missing though, and that is if you find yourself in a job that you absolutely have no inspiration from, it is going to drain all of the energy and creativity and desire to do anything once work is done. You're going to find yourself in a position where you're going to go home after work and want to do nothing because you're going to have been so drained by the day. All right? You're really being told by Spirit that is not what's best for you. So keep looking. There's something else. Keep looking. Keep looking. Marvelous Noob, I'm sorry, I have been seeing my dad in my dream. Sometimes he talks, sometimes he just quiet and looks at me. I have been seeing him very often. Why are you sorry? Why are you sorry? Okay, what? Marvelous Noob has been seeing their dad in dreams. What is the message coming through right now? What is being sent to Marvelous Noob through these dreams? The devil has come up in my right hand a bunch of times here. The Tower. You are having dreams about your father because you are absolutely working through something right now. So there is upheaval that is either, and I feel like there's a rumbling under the surface with this upheaval. Something big is changing within you, all right? You have not given yourself the space to work through some things with your father. And it's like there are things about your father that have caused you to be afraid of relationships. They've made you feel skeptical. You've become sort of jaded. You have a really hard time trusting people. And you're working through that right now in these dreams. That's the message you're getting. This is the only place that you have allowed yourself the space to work through these feelings. Okay? You're not allowing yourself space during the day to feel the feels. All right? There's something that you need to work through internally as it pertains to your relationship with your father and how your relationship with your father has influenced your current and future relationships. Okay? Really important. And your subconscious right now is saying this needs to be worked through because it's getting in your way. It's stopping you from seeing things clearly, from understanding yourself. It's undercutting your confidence. It's stopping you from seeing and being your true self. That's really, yeah, the Emperor. There needs to be new leadership here. There was a stronghold. Your father had some kind of stronghold, maybe still does, whether they're physically with you or not, I'm not sure. But there's a lot of unhealed masculine coming through on that. And you are in the process of transforming that into the healed masculine, divine feminine. That's why you're getting all these dreams. Allow these dreams to keep coming through. Sit with them. See how they make you feel. All right? You're not getting any kind of, yeah, and there's the Hanged Man. Okay, so you're not being asked to do anything. You're not getting action items. You're not being told by spirit that you should be journaling your dreams or writing things down or acting on anything right now. What you're being asked by spirit right now to do is continue allowing the space to work through this stuff, even if it's on a subconscious level in your dreams, because that is going to begin having great implications on your waking life. And you're going to start creating the space to work through this as you're awake too. You're going to be present to it in your waking life. And it's going to heal that wounded masculine and create a space for divine feminine. That's what you're experiencing right now. So just let it. Just let it. All right? Just let it do its thing. And trust the process. Just trust the process. Okay? Allow it. Be with it. Be open to it. Encourage it. But you don't have to do anything right now. Thank you for that, letting me read that for you. Thank you for that answer. Gotcha, Destiny U. You're welcome. I'm doing great, Dr. Confession. How are you doing? Thank you for stopping in today. Hi, Dr. Confession. I can see you now. Thank you for subscribing and liking. What's your question? I wanted to know if something big will happen in the next 12 months. This one's for Dr. Confession. Will something big happen in the next 12 months for Dr. Confession? Let's move all these around. We've got some stuff here. Really interesting. Really interesting card action here. Dr. Confession, next 12 months. Will something big happen in the next 12 months for Dr. Confession? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, something big is going to happen in the next 12 months, and you're not going to like it at first. It's going to feel very much to you like a failure. This may have already happened. You might be in a position right now where you're feeling defeated, feeling scarcity, loneliness. This could be a divorce. This could be a big breakup, could be losing a job. Definitely big, big, big. If this already happened and you're kind of working through it, what you need to understand is that it was needed. Okay? This was not the right thing for you. You absolutely want to get out of your own way and just move forward. Okay? So whether this already happened and you're sitting in the midst of scarcity and loneliness, or there's a major upheaval that's about to occur and you find yourself here with the Five of Pentacles, you got to understand that that is exactly what was needed for you, or is going to be needed for you. Okay? Because it's going to set you up in a position where you fully appreciate what you actually have. You have not been seeing what, and honoring and appreciating what it is you have. And you need to find yourself in a place where you can do that. And the only way to do that for you is going to be to go through this period of hardship. Okay? So either you've been through it or you're about to go through it. But it is a big, big, big thing for you because it's going to change your perspective on absolutely everything. And you need it. You need that change of perspective. There has been an imbalance. And then you're getting the Ace of Cups. You're on the walk toward greater fulfillment and peace and harmony and blessing. Okay? And part of it is that you have had it before and you didn't appreciate it. So, yes, something big is happening, and that's the big thing that's happening. You're going to find a new sense of purpose. You're going to find a new sense of appreciation. You're going to see things at a deeper level. You're going to have a broader perspective. And I just saw the Fool in my right hand. There's going to be a degree of a clean slate, fresh start, something new for you to practice. Okay? Don't lie to yourself. I'm looking at the cards coming in my right hand as I'm shuffling here. If you start lying to yourself, probably for the purpose of protecting yourself, protecting your ego, not being wrong, not being the bad guy, you're going to end up muddling the whole thing, okay? You need perspective right now, and the only way for you to get that is to experience the loss. So, thank you for letting me read your cards today. Thank you for that answer. You're welcome, Ari. Yeah. Yeah, you were too intimidating for him. Totally fragile ego, 100%. I mean, here's the thing. The reason it's a big bullet that you dodged is because being with that person would have interfered with the great things that are coming. It's not that he's a terrible person, it's not like he would have been so horrible to you. It's not like the relationship itself would have been crappy. I mean, it kind of would have been crappy. It wouldn't have been a good one, but it wouldn't have been like so terrible. It's what being with that person would have held you back from. It would have been a massive interference. Okay. So that, and subconsciously on a spiritual level, I think he knows that. I don't think he's present to it because he's got a fragile ego right now, but subconsciously it's present that he was going to be holding you back. And it's probably a good thing that he stuck with a situation that is more matched to his level in terms of self-growth. Okay? I don't know. It might be confidence, might be intelligence, beauty. I don't know. Drive. Yeah. I think the bullet really is that it could have thrown you off course and you would have missed a massive opportunity. Okay, Riwa, where will I meet my future partner? I don't know how many more people. I only see 6 people in the room. I don't know how many questions I still have underneath. Just for anyone watching, I go in order and I try to not scroll up and down because then I end up missing people. So I'm kind of just scrolling as I go. I have no idea how many people have asked questions after Riwa. If you're in the room, I will get to you. Right now I'm reading for Riwa, and if you've put your question in after Riwa, then I will get to you. And if you put your question in before Riwa, I either already read for you, which is likely the case, because I'm doing them in order. Or if I did somehow miss your question, pop it in again, just in case. Future partner. Where will Riwa meet their future partner? Where will Riwa meet their future partner? Where? At work. You're going to meet your future partner someplace where you are honing in on your skills, practicing. This is either work or some kind of school, trade school, someplace where you are doing something to improve your practice, whatever your practice is, okay? So it's work or study. And then you've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is where you're going to meet the person, your future partner. That's just what it is. Be open to people you meet at work or school or anywhere that you go to get better at something. Okay, so this could even be like going to an art class or going to the gym, or it's just any kind of place where you are practicing to get better at something. That is where you will meet your future partner. Okay? I mean, it's just right here in these two cards. Anything else we need to know? Be open to it. Be friendly. Okay? Make sure that you are open to it in that arena, those arenas. Okay? Where you're learning something, because that is, and it might be a place where you're feeling not so confident. So don't assume that your future partner needs you to be an expert already. You don't need to impress them, okay? You can be meeting them when you're still a total novice at whatever you're trying to get better at, and just be true to that. That's okay. Just be open, be curious, be friendly, and don't worry about looking good. Don't worry about impressing people. Be willing to engage as a novice, as a student. You don't have to impress your future partner, okay? Don't let lack of confidence get in your way. Just be friendly and open and curious. Thank you for that. That was a good answer. That was a clear answer. Not really anything abstract about that one. You're welcome, Marvelous Noob. Fashionista, hello. I am new here. Welcome in. Can you share any insights about the connection I am currently in? Does he have genuine intentions? Let's find out. Fashionista, does their connection have genuine intentions? What are the intentions of this connection? Fashionista. Okay. All right. So understand that your current connection is in the process right now of personal growth. Okay? They have not yet figured out who they're growing into. Um, they are looking for a support system. I think that they are curious about you and they believe that you guys could make a good team. Like they feel like there's potential for things to be have a strong relationship based on clear communication, which I think is what they want. But there is a breakdown because there is a point to which this person's ego is going to get in the way. They are going to stop focusing on clear communication as soon as the clear communication inhibits their ego, like if it damages their ego. All right. And when that happens, they can become kind of emotionally abusive. So this is not a perfect person. This is a person who's still in the process of personal growth. And you got to know that you could end up being the victim of their mistakes along the way. All right. You have to be really clear on your boundaries right now, because if they're in the process of growing, personal growth, getting better as a person, if you allow them to get away with any kind of bullying or sacrificing you for their benefit, they're going to do it again. And then they're going to learn that is okay. And they're going to have comfort there because it makes their ego feel safe. All right. So this person doesn't have negative intentions. They have benign intentions, but they also have a limit. They haven't fully grasped healing or wellness. There's some wounded masculine here. Okay. So if you want to have a relationship with this person, understand that they are by no means perfect. Neither are you. And you cannot allow them to take advantage of your kindness or forgiveness. All right. You have to assert your boundaries with this relationship. If you can assert your boundaries and make it clear when the other person, your connection, is out of line, you might help them with their own personal growth. If they can't take it though, let them go. Let them walk away. They're not ready yet. Okay? That's what's going on. Yeah. And you by no means are obligated to stay in this relationship. Remember that. You are by no means obligated to stay in a relationship that isn't supportive of you, to put up with behavior that is harmful to you. You are not obligated to help people on their own personal journey. That's theirs. It's not your responsibility. That's their responsibility. Your responsibility is your personal growth journey. Okay? Respecting and honoring your boundaries, creating the life that you were intended to create. You are not responsible for protecting their or facilitating their journey. You have to remember that in this one, because I think that you're at risk of sacrificing too much of your own personal growth to kind of shield them or protect them. All right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Thank you for letting me read your cards, Fashionista. Hi, Dr. Confession. I see that you have a follow-up comment here. So yeah, I feel very strongly that based on your reading, you are on the right path. Otherwise, you would not have had, or you won't be anticipating these major upheavals. Upheavals are a part of the path. You know, they have to happen, whether we choose the way they happen or not. You know, subconsciously, spiritually, we always choose the upheaval that occurs. But yeah, are you on the right path? Is Dr. Confession on the right path? Can we just sort of get a yes or no? Is Dr. Confession on the right path? Yes, this is victory. Okay? You are on the right path. So have confidence there. All right? Being on the right path doesn't mean it's the easiest path or the most comfortable path or the most beautiful path. The path of the moon, which you didn't get the moon card, but I'm seeing that coming in here for you. That path is not a straight line. There's a lot of back and forth, and it's the contrast that allows us to better navigate what's coming. All right? So yes, you are on the right path. Thank you for that follow-up answer. It might have something to do with the age group that you're looking in. You know, people don't fully understand their worth until a little bit later. You know, it takes time for people to understand who they are and what they're worth and have a set of value. You know, that's a long-term growth process, and younger people are just at the beginning of learning that about themselves. And life is intimidating. People are intimidating. And young people especially, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say young people especially, because that's not true. I think young people especially are presented with more situations that they feel either accepted or attacked by the people around them, because they're new to a lot of things. And all they know is what they've received from the people already in their lives, their parents, their siblings, their close friends, the people from school. And as you enter into more and more and more, you get that perspective, because what your people at school thought of you is no longer as important, because you have all these other people thinking all of these other things about you. So you're not so pigeonholed. You know, that happens over time and experience. And I think that Zach has not had a lot of experience receiving input from multiple sources yet. All right? He's not confident in himself yet. And he hasn't had enough variety of feedback. Does that make sense? He can't take feedback from you right now, because that's intimidating. He's not ready to know what a person like you thinks of him. You're welcome, Fashionista. Nope, this is all free, but I'll tell you what, I do charge for one-on-one reading. So if you want an in-depth reading, send me a message or an email. All my information is on my, YouTube description, and we can set up a Zoom call for you. You have to have a certain number of subscribers and views and things, hours watched, before you can start linking up a Cash App for online stuff. So that might come one day. I don't know. Right now, all these are free. So if you want a more in-depth reading, let me know, and that there would be a charge for. But these are free. Thank you. I appreciate it, though. You're welcome, Dr. Confession. Just go have a great day. Keep living your life as best as you can. You're very welcome, Fashionista. Well, guys, I've come to the end of the messages, of the comments, and I think that's good for today. I'll be back tomorrow for the True Intentions Tuesday reading. I thank everyone who has subscribed and liked. I really appreciate it. If you know somebody who this might interest, please feel free to share the content with your friends. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, and yeah, just have a great day. See you then.